feel like you want to move, like this on someone. You always lean on someone, but you like to energy yourself about what we do tonight. It means, what do we do at the day, at the night? What is it there to stand for? I don't check the time. I don't click my jaw. I always speak like this, with a lisp at your tongue, your kiss. Memories. Why do we have memories? Why is it that we have wisdom and knowledge to break down the pieces that used to trust and hold your hands and never clock or click, but don't punch or hurt another person, but grab what you have and ask, what do you want? For their memories to see. I used to see you with this. Clothes. I used to wear this. This when we were young, old. We used to be like children. They used to play with, and people used to go old and never talk about it no more. But always put this to them. Put another smile on his cheek and say shame. Don't say shame to anyone. Tell them why you're here and live, living another day. You tell them that this meaning, look over there, look over there, look over there. It's always calculated by no zeros. It's a circle. Don't trust. Have your heart to give. And don't give in worship or whisper, but give in polite meaning of holding one child. I used to play with your ways. You used to be so young. And never say you sing again. Be so sing. Don't sing. It hypnotized nobody, but it politely acts of the sea to say nation of done, the living of the giving, the next way of trust. Live smooth, but don't live broken. Live smooth, but don't live anywhere close to what you say is your neighbor. They do not respect your meaning. The only people to listen to is who opens their mouth the loudest. Who opens what they have. Daynight always speaks. Never reaches out to elbow your chin. Always says to love and grab one another. This is a tune of my room. Why do we say on moon? And why do we say moon circle? Because it's for the AM and the PM. So this is what he says on how to live wise. This is the way of man. This is the way you stand. When it's so noon, you go to sleep. That is till 12 a.m. That is all noon till it's noon circle. Once it's noon of 12 a.m. and p.m. ends to a.m., you get up, you go outside, and you stand. And you wait there till it's time to say, 9 arrives. That is the a.m. of the sun coming up. To change the page, you don't sit. You start to work with your best word. What do you want for your day? Politely have a comment to say, I would love to have energy to live. Then you go out to work towards rise 9, which is on the rise 9 in the hour of a.m. p.m., which is 12 p.m. You go home and you eat. That's the time you eat. Then you say on the same page and remember the word you said and say, that was my day. That's the day I had. Towards night, you don't go and brush your teeth. You go and physically wash your body and your soul and your heart and your spirit to live with these material. And never lean on something that's material. Put it on someone that has a shoulder and lean like this to say, I love you. That is the meaning of no one to do this and think and look at you like this and have no kisses around, but just say your words of saying, I speak polite manners, I don't harm. And don't start to hurt the heart, but always have the arm to lean on someone to show this how close we are or this is how we are. We like to lean on people. That's how we lean our ways of beauty. Of saying, like to lean, but don't touch and touch like this. Don't pit things because that's immature. So always lean on your ways of living. So that's who you are. And then you start to live by time. When you look at the time, you notice the day. Don't drive and don't play. Just go and walk. And never ask what for. Walk. You have to walk to realize your feeling, to love the walk. It means to smoothly go out and say you are here, which is called home. To say I'm free, I'm home. Anywhere you stand, you're home. So stay home and stay on the bottom, because it's a lie to say you're here on the bottom. And don't think of what you see outside. Just know this earth, this moon, this way of living with the sun is here to say bottom. So don't ask to pick it up. Ask to say don't hide, don't run, just stand. And that's the woman's thing. So boom, shoots. So when you ask one time, two times, what time is this time? Try to open up that you're not looking at a click clock phone, rubbing it up and down. It's an energy to say your mind retaliates, right? But it's right too tight. But don't go and flick it up, because that's a natural movement of your brain working. So don't try and hypnotize anyone. Don't do the repeated move. Always know what you're thinking. It's good to do things like this, just doing something, anything. Just looking at something, just looking through a box that I always have, and just put anything that says it's not important. Put it in there, like letters, whatever you get, things, pens, whatever, all these things you don't need. Just put it in there, just say it's whatever box. And you go and look at the box and whatever, and just flick through it and get just looking for it, because you're not thinking, you're doing something. So just do that in mind on retaliation of saying, I'm patient. And then you'll notice the thoughts will arrive and go, And that's nice people. So keep your mind on good people. That gives you thinking, that gives you knowledge, that says, I'm speaking. And that's them saying, I like your name, I like your way, I like your words. You always make me feel, you always make me do. And I always say, do you seal her with covering her heart before you touch her. Never open her heart and try and touch. You have to seal it. So don't touch a woman or a woman or a girl or anyone that's a virgin. Make sure she touches her heart of saying it's touched. Touched by you, cover before you act. So don't ever cover them naked or clothing, but cover. Tell them to wear clothes. Because it's like what I say. They like to do it when they have clothes on. It looks good because you got clothes on. And when you take it off and it looks like this, it looks good. But when you have nothing, no, don't like it, don't like it. So do that. And when I say dream, dream, that's all. When it's cold, don't worship in nights like this. This is how you praise Him. Before you want to eat, set the table up. So put your hands down like this. And ask, where does it go? It goes here, like this. Left over right to say, come inside. And there is a woman telling to a man to come inside. And that's what it looks like. And then you hold, and then you say your words. And when you do, you make sure your eyes are sealed, it's closed. And work with it to say, my time is living right the time. 906 physical form, the love I appreciate speaking. Physical love, praising. And then you open your eyes. Then you let go. Then you say, look, I like to eat like this. Then you say you love people. Then say, where am I? They think you're eating. So you say, nobody but praising to live. And never draw your chin. Always keep it an elbow before like this. And walk around and say, I sit like this. For you, to the woman, to the virgin, to sit like this is for you to think and not have to watch, but you can think like this. And it's not saying praise Him, but to let go is to say praise Him. And you don't have to say, I close my eyes. It's just for you to watch and say, I don't watch, I am thinking. What I do is open. And before you do, don't do this, don't do that. Just wave around so no one can touch. And always move softly. So that is praise. Love. No one like this. It will acknowledge you to look up. And your neck will glow up. Don't do this. Praise Him so hard that you mean it. And that is practice. So when I say twist, it means haven't moved yet. Praise Him. That is the word of mentality to say thoughts. So when I say time for a woman, her moment is to do the same thing smoothly, swiftly ways. She is meant to say, I have to stand by the time of saying 609, meaning 609. It means 609. So it's always 609. So that's the AM, PM, PM, AM. So she's standing in the way of saying arising. The sun's coming to say flying. The moon is up to say it's all moon. That's the time she stands outside for your man to sleep inside and say she stands here to say worth. I stand because I don't have to jump up like these people doing squats in the gym. They look so funny when you see it from our view. AD. And it looks them good knowledge of saying, you like the breath, you like to breathe. Just run. No, just pick up. Just run. Run as fast as you can. Until you do, you run it again. Run as fast as you can. And that's the way you do it. So where she stands, she's there too. Noon circle, which is 12 p.m. to the a.m. is p.m. but a.m. So it's noon circle. That's when he comes, stands outside. Anywhere outside, backyard, but not your front or your house or anywhere, but anywhere outside in the world. Stand. And then you'll know to stand there and not eat. So she stands and she remembers the memory. I know the feeling. And that's the way she goes in. And she says, it's time to sleep by the noon circle, 12 p.m. Sleep. That's when a man comes out and stands his way of living. So that is the way it works. Till she gets up, it's not to get up till it's 9 circle 6, which is 9:06. This is 9:06 time. Sun's up and it's saying 9 arise. That's her saying 9 arise on the way. She goes and lives and doesn't go outside, but pleasures the indoor ways. So she stays and relaxes. And then she says, live again. By 12 p.m., by 1 to go to 2, it's her time to say, it's arise 9. I must live again. She goes, puts her clothes on, and she must walk by the time of own room to say good morning. It's a morn. Don't grieve, believe. I yawn at that time. She wakes up and stretches. How long was I asleep for? It's no one I want to know, but I believe it's all about your worth. Praise Him.